maybe you got family members that are about to walk in the door. Don't think about unzipping your pants because, you know, a family member might walk into the room and they're like, oh my god, you're jerking off to Killzone 2. And you're like, no, 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 no. Hey everyone, it's Ryan here. I just want to talk to you real quick before this Let's Play starts. So for this part of Killzone 2, only the first 8 minutes of footage was actually recorded. For some reason, after I was finished recording this part, I looked at the footage and only 8 minutes were captured. So literally, the first 8 minutes are, you know, the true gameplay with the proper audio, but then for the rest of the, 20 or so minutes of audio that I had recorded, there's no accompanying gameplay footage. So I had to basically go back and play through that section again to get that 20 minutes or so of lost gameplay footage, and I'm going to attach that to the previous voiceover that I did, because you guys know that, more often than not, what I'm talking about isn't exactly relevant to the gameplay. So I just tried to sync the new gameplay footage as best as I could to the old voiceover work, but it's not going to sound completely proper when I say, oh, that guy killed me, but there was nothing there and I was walking through a hallway or something. You see how that's all working out. But anyway, just giving you a heads up right there, the gameplay is going to be totally unsynced to the actual voiceover after about 8 minutes or so. And you'll see that in the actual video. So anyway, that's it, and take care. Oh, it's part 8, is it, of Killzone 2, and we're in the main station place that's being sort of attacked by Hellgast or something. Again, memory fuzzy on what's actually going on. I know this is a particularly good area for a few trophies. I think this is a good spot for, like, the grenade trophy where you get, like, 5 kills or something with 1 grenade or something like that. If you just heard that background noise, that was my rat jumping from one platform to the other, because he makes lots of noise. Now, one thing I often do when I'm recording these Let's Plays, and, I do them in sessions, so like a few parts in one sort of session, is between each session, I'll, go on my computer and just kind of, look at stuff. I don't start a new recording right away. Sometimes I'll get a little, lazy and, like, read something on the internet or something, or watch a video or something before I start recording a new part. And before I started recording this one, I watched some... For some reason, I got stuck. It's one of those things where you're on YouTube and you keep hitting related videos over and over again because you see something in the related section where you're like, well, I'm going to watch that next. I'm going to watch that next. And I somehow got stuck in a string of movie scenes. So I was watching particularly good or, favorable movie scenes from specific movies that I've enjoyed. I kicked it off with Ace Ventura, because, my god, that movie is unbelievably hilarious. Alrighty then. Yeah, it's right here. You throw a grenade right here, and there's like 5 of them. Yeah, look at that. I kind of fucked it up already. I don't even think I got one of them. Yeah, I got like 3 people, but it's not the trophy. Anyway, yeah, Ace Ventura, which is just such a fucking good movie. Hilarious, hilarious movie. Really Jim Carrey's prime, I'd say. But he's got a lot of excellent movies and a lot of good sort of eras. And then what else did I get onto? I got onto some Dark Knight scenes, particularly the scene where the Joker meets Gambit and all the other, like, dudes, and he's proposing, like, hey, like, we killed the Batman. And he does that pencil thing where he kills that dude with a pencil. That was a pretty cool. That was a pretty cool scene. Kind of reminds me of how much I like that movie, which a lot of people actually didn't like. It's like, whatever. I enjoyed it. What are some other movies I enjoyed? I'm a huge fan of the Saw franchise. I've talked about this before, which is pretty relevant because it's going to be the first Saw movie. Its 10th anniversary is coming up, and it's actually coming back to theaters for like a week or something, which is pretty awesome. And there's been a bunch of interviews with the director. James Wan was the director of the first film, and so he's been doing a lot of interviews, and I've been reading them, which is pretty cool. He now directed, like... He moved on from Saw 1, and everyone else took over the sequels, and he's directed The Conjuring and Insidious 2, I believe. So he's got, like, his own thing going on. Good for that guy, that he found success with that. That's our captain dude. And there's Evelyn, she's good. The good thing that she's safe, right? Because she was, like, about to be blasted in the brains. But you know us, man, we're so cool. We come in, we just save everything, because that's just how we do. I mean, we're the best, quite frankly. The ISA. You know, there's so many people that, you know, now that we're actually talking about Killzone lore, there's so many people that actually prefer the Hellgast. I think I've already talked about that a little bit, but like there's like a fan group of people that like prefer the Hellgast, and like they want, you know, they believe in the Hellgast fight, or like the Hellgast is you know, sort of point of view, which I guess it's because like the ISA invaded the Hellgast basically. Again, I'm kind of fuzzy on the story. We've been over that like 16,000 times, which is pretty accurate of a number, I'd say. It's also it's 16,000 times is probably also the amount of bullets that didn't hit somebody, since my aim is pretty terrible. Well, it's not bad, but you know, it's not great either. Kind of makes you wonder how I was pretty decent on the online with this game. And I'm actually still missing 2 trophies from this game. Now, granted, I have the Platinum Trophy for this game. We discussed the trophies a little bit already. But the 2 trophies, I'm missing 2 bronze from, like, DLC. And I don't know why I never I don't know why I never got them, to be honest. How the hell do I get down there? Fucking Hellgas scum. Also, just recently, like a few weeks ago, I was reading a late to the party thread on NeoGaf regarding Killzone 2. Like, somebody had recently got Killzone 2 and discussed it. I forgot what his opinion was on the game, but I was reading a lot of the replies people had in that thread. And again, like I mentioned before, like the opinions on this game are definitely skewered. There were people that fucking hated this game, you know, for how the weighted controls were. How, you know, Sev is like 3 feet tall in the game, and I don't know, like they didn't enjoy the story or whatever. And there are other people that swear by it and say that they fucking loved this game. And you know, I really love this game, so I was on that side. But there are a lot of people that really just did not like this game, man. Like a lot of people. I'm definitely not one of them, considering I'm Let's Playing it right now. And also, you know, we'll probably do, I don't know, I think Uncharted 1 would be a good Let's Play for the next one that we do. Uncharted 1, probably, maybe. Because Jak 2, we're waiting until 50,000 subscribers, and that won't happen for a while. My subscriber numbers have been a little low recently. Like I haven't been gaining as many subscribers as I used to. So I do about 1,000 a month right now, statistically, from what it's showing. So it'll probably be like, you know, like 8 or 9 months until I hit 50,000 subscribers. So we'll probably still be able to get like 2 or 3 games in. Oh Jesus, dude, I'm dying. Before we get to Jak 2. Which is fine, because it gives me some time to brush up on Jak 2 a little bit. I played that game so many damn times now, but that game is, like, Jak 2 is tough. Like, it's a tough game. So I would have to brush up on it a little bit to make sure I'm all well and good. Because if I'm not brushed up on that game, I'm going to die a lot in that game. Because the checkpoints are really unforgiving, so you gotta, like, you know, you just gotta remember everything about it, and we all know how terrible my memory is, despite how many times I've played the game. I think the last time I played it was for Vita Platinum, so it's been a few months now since I've last played Jak 2. And before that was the HD collection, and then before that was, like, I think 2006. So it's been a while. Most of my playthroughs were like when the game was relevant and came, like, it just recently had come out, so definitely need to stay a little bit brushed up on that. And Jak 3 is a little easier, but Jak 3 still got some pretty, yeah, Jak 3 still has its moments of being a little difficult. Jak 3 is really fun, man. You got all them Doom buggies and everything. Fucking flamethrower, seriously. The terrible Killzone fire graphics. Really? You're gonna blind fire with fire? Blind fire, fire. Ha ha ha. Dude, die! Like, stay down! Holy shit. Fucking die! Stay down, dude. Just stay down. You don't want it. You don't want it. Actually, I don't want this flamethrower either. Give me back my... Where is it? There it is. Where am I supposed to go right now? I'm hitting the objective marker, and it's not giving me an objective. I'm lost. I don't like when I'm lost. We've been over this. Where do I go? Okay, who's this? In here? Yes. Oof. Okay, Sarge, we just need to go through the security lock and get to the engineer. Blah, 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 blah. They're dead. They're dead. Let us in. You know what I just recently ordered? I ordered the Art of Naughty Dog on Amazon, which a lot of people do not know exists. It's like $20. It's gonna come with all the art of like all their games that they've done, like Crash and Spyro, or not Spyro, Crash, Uncharted, Jack, and The Last of Us. Super pumped. It comes in on Monday, actually. It's already shipped. I'm super excited because it's the same art book that leaked pictures of the possible Jack 4 that Naughty Dog was working on for a little bit. So I'm really excited to get an up close personal look at those pictures and all the other concept art that Naughty Dog's done. I mean, it's pretty obvious that I'm a pretty big Naughty Dog fan. I love all their games. Dearly, some would say. I hate this part. There's a part like this in what do you call it? Dead Space 1 that I didn't like as well. That was kind of annoying. It's one of those things where it's like parts like these in games are you think they're cool. Like I would have to imagine from a developer standpoint, the developer's like, oh, this would be a really cool section of the game. So it's like a little different. It's not a first-person sequence. Well, this is a first-person sequence, but it's kind of a different sort of gameplay element that gamers can do, or blah, 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 blah. But I always don't like these sequences. I want to just be like what the core gameplay is. If it's a first-person shooter, I want to be on the ground, walking around, first-person shooting stuff. I don't like being on manned turrets or guns or anything like that. I don't know. These parts just kind of are just not interesting to me. And also, these parts are a fucking bitch when you're playing them on the hardest difficulty. Like Jack 2... has a lot of parts like this, where you're on like a manned turret, and they're pretty difficult, especially with the inverted controls, which I believe you can't change. Don't quote me on that, but I remember them being so difficult in Jack 2 because you can't actually change how the sticks are like verted. So I'm used to a particular way, and if it doesn't offer it, then it's going to be more difficult for me. A lot of PS2 games had that issue where they didn't let you invert controls, and they were just like a pain in the ass to do. So kudos to games that let you invert. I'm yawning again. I really need to go to sleep, but I can't go to sleep because I have to work out after I make this video, which is, odd because I'm so damn tired, but once I work out, then I'm going to be energized and awake. Well, I mean, no, I'll probably feel a little exhausted. But I'll get settled in. I'll work out, feel all tired, but I'll be all hot and sweaty, so I won't want to go to sleep right away. I will be tired, but I will be physically tired, but I could be able to go to sleep and I'm all wet and hot and sweaty and bothered. Oh, am I turning you on? I bet I am turning you on, viewer. Calm your panties there. Don't get your panties all up in a bunch. I know you're watching this at home, and maybe you got family members that are about to walk in the door. Don't think about unzipping your pants, because a family member might walk into the room and they're like, "Oh my God, you're jerking off to Killzone 2," and you're like, "No, it's this guy's voice though. This guy's talking over," and they're like, "Listen, buddy, I don't care because I see that's Killzone 2 gameplay. Don't jerk off to Killzone 2. Like it's Killzone. Like why are you getting joy off of that? No, really. It's the commentary, I swear." "Okay, Jonathan, sure thing." And then the next day you're having dinner with Dad like it's a fucking 1970s, I don't know, movie or sitcom, and Dad's like, "So I heard you were whacking it to Killzone 2 there, Johnny," and fucking no, Dad, did Mom tell you? "Oh yeah, and your sister and your brother." God, wow, and you're so embarrassed, everyone knows. Why does everyone know? Then you go to school, and sure enough, your dickhead of a brother and sister tell all your friends. So you sit at the lunch table and they're like, hey Johnny, did you play Killzone 2 recently?" God damn it, who told you? Your brother and sister. Oh, I hate those sons of bitches. And then you go home and you're like crying, and your dad's like, listen, it's okay if you jerked off to Killzone 2. I don't blame you. Your mother doesn't blame you. Yo, kids do this, you know. You're just experimenting. It's like, no, Dad, fucking God, you're being so lame right now. I can't believe the things I'm saying right now. There's something deeply wrong with me. Who is this, Natco? Natco, lead the way, son. Take me. Evacuate from the crew. Oh yeah, this thing's going down, isn't it? Yeah, fuck you. I'm getting the hell out of here. I don't even know where I'm going. Take me away. Beep. How the hell did you make it? I was running like 10 times faster than you. Oh. Oh shit. Fucking hellgas, man. Taking down our big ass airship. My TV's completely muted, by the way, so at this point I can't hear anything. But hey, you're probably getting some really crisp audio. Some really crisp audio. Like what, part 4 or part 5 of Killzone 2, I had like a space heater in the room, and I had my air filter going, or my air purifier running, and you know, you could hear all, and like my fish tank filtration was running, so there was like all this background noise, and I was like, oh, I'm sorry, if you hear it, you hear it. Blah, 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 blah. But no, I got all that shit turned off. I got that turned off. I got the TV volume turned off, so it's like crystal clear audio. Wow, I got just jacked up right there. It's crystal clear audio of me talking about you jerking off to Killzone 2. But really, you're jerking off to my voice and not Killzone 2. The gameplay is Killzone 2, but you know, like I've mentioned a few times already, you don't even have to be watching the gameplay. You could just like click this and then like look at something else and just listen to me go on about whatever it is I'm going on about, which is usually things I like and enjoy, or things that irritate me, or just anything really, kind of like a personal diary. We've been over that before. Another common theme on these Let's Plays, as you hear me say, we've talked about this before, which really shows I don't have a whole lot of things to say at this point. But you know, I have confidence in saying that I think these Let's Plays offer something that most other Let's Plays don't, which is a lot of other Let's Plays, you know, at least from what I've seen, a lot of guys try to put on this real fake humor, you know, and they try to like, I don't know, they really try, they really like gloss it up, you know, they really put on a show when they're doing Let's Plays, and they're overly exaggerating things, like, ah, that guy killed me, or, like, or, like, you totally know what I'm getting at, right? The standard YouTube commentary, and, like, sometimes you're just trying to find gameplay, you click something, and you hear a kid screaming into the microphone, and you're just like, oh my god, like, this is not what I need to see and hear right now. But I legitimately think I offer you a little something different here. What you see, oh shit, god damn it. What you see is what you get on this thing. On this channel, on these Let's Plays, you know. This is just straight up, like, this isn't me. This is me talking to you, one-on-one. You know, there ain't no, yeah, I'm not bullshitting you here, you know. If we were hanging out, this would be me talking to you right now. This would be me just being me. I'm raw, and what you see is what you get. Shout out to Crystalia. I actually stole that from Crystalia. Crystalia always says, what you see is what you get, because I'm raw. I'm so raw. I'm so undercooked. You don't even fucking know. Jesus, I just destroyed that dude. Did you see that? So I'll tell you what I've been doing recently. I think I've mentioned, here I am saying it again. I think I've mentioned this before, but Jesus, dude, this dude's killing me. I think I've mentioned this before, but I'm one of those many people who, I'm incredibly fascinated by Japan and the country and the culture. I think I'm in the minority when I say it's not because of anime, though. I just like legitimately like the cult. Like I don't watch anime. Like I just am really interested in the culture and how Japanese people live, and you know, kind of their government and just everything about the country. Like everything about it's fascinating. So recently I've been combining two fascinations I have. One fascination I have is Japan, and another fascination I have is, and it's odd to say this, but I think you guys know, like, get what I'm saying, which is like murder or you know, like massacres or something like that. I find the psychology of like killers and murder cases and stuff like that interesting. I like reading up on that stuff and like reading up on past sort of tragedies that have happened. You know, like John Wayne Gacy or something. I always like reading up on John Wayne Gacy or like watching stuff about him or what's the dude's name? Richard Ramirez. Like just famous killers or stuff. Like you totally get the idea that I'm driving at. So recently I've been combining those elements. I've been looking at Japanese tragedies and killings, and those have been pretty interesting. Because you know the Japanese people, you know, they carry themselves in a different manner, and like you know things that mean something to us mean something totally different to them, and the whole sort of setup of that country and the way people you know are brought up in that society is fascinating to me. So learning the sort of psychology of a Japanese killer is quite interesting, and so I've been on Wikipedia reading a bunch of like certain cases. But the thing about that is because they're all, you know, it's Japanese, the articles aren't really that detailed. In fact, they're not really detailed at all for a lot of the murder cases and things that I'm looking up. And the thing is, if you click the Japanese version of the article, it's insanely detailed because a Japanese native person wrote it out and filled everything out and knows everything about it, whereas an English person would have to have, you know, would have to be fully like completely fluent in Japanese and, you know, completely understanding of the information that happened and everything and like lived in the country at the time and blah 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 to fully write down everything. Or, you know, he would have to be fluent in Japanese to convert to, you know, translate the Japanese article. And obviously that's not like the case. Like no one is doing that. Like so all the Japanese like articles that are in English, like the English versions are super short and they're like maybe like they're like a paragraph where it's like, oh, person A did this on this date and that's it. But you know what you really want is the super long article that tells you, you know, minute by minute how everything went down, the psychology of the person, like how the person was brought up, their history with family and everything. You know, if you like look up an English article of John Wayne Gacy, you're going to get an extremely long article with all that information. But you know, if you're looking at the English version of a Japanese, you know, murder case, you're going to get like not even like barely 3 paragraphs. Then you click the Japanese version and it's super long, just like you'd expect it. But I can't fucking read it, which sucks. But there's a lot of interesting Japanese cases. I think the longest, most detailed one is the Tokyo sarin gas attacks, which is where like 3 Japanese cult members released sarin gas in the Tokyo subway system, and like they like I think they killed like 13 people. They killed like 12 or 13 people, but they harmed like 1,000 people, and that was like a really big event. And those people were still on the run for a very long time, but I think they got all of them like just recently, like just a few years ago or like last year. They finally got all the members, which is crazy to think that they were on the run for that long. Another interesting case, which there wasn't really a whole lot of information about, was the Kobe child murders. So in Kobe, Japan, a 14-year-old murdered like this like 10-year-old kid and like beheaded the kid and put his head on like in front of the elementary school and stuffed like a note in the kid's mouth, and the note said something along the lines of like you know, a killer and fucking sick in the head basically and waited for the kids the next morning to walk into school and to see the beheaded the head just sitting there in front of the school. That's pretty fucking twisted. This kid actually wrote a bunch of notes, I guess, and it was really like, it's weird, like how the kid wrote was incredibly like complex. Like it's crazy to think that he wrote like that. Oh shit, this is a big scene in the game. Colonel Raddick is confronting our colonel, or our like lieutenant guy, whatever, and it's about to go down. He wants the nuclear codes. There they are, face to face. Oh man. Yeah, it is Colonel. Now give me the codes. He's standing his ground. Oh, Evelyn! And here it goes. Colonel down. I actually really like this scene. I knew it was coming up, by the way, but that's a really believable scene for me. Some parts of this game really is like cliche, and it's like so, it's too, I don't know. It's just like, it's too much, you know? It's like kind of cheesy. But there's certain scenes in this game that actually really hit it home and kind of feel more raw and real. And that particular scene I find to be one of them. Feels very, very much like, you know, you see what I'm getting at. So I find it very hard to articulate the things I'm trying to say sometimes. There goes the Colonel doing his last bit of whatever he can do. Man, look at the textures on his watch. Pfft. Yeah, that Colonel's done. Hey, you served us good, sir. You did good. There he goes. He's out. Man, I wonder what it's like your last, like, if you're, like, really dying and, like, those are your final moments, like, just mere seconds away. That's crazy. I want to die in my sleep, so I just don't even fucking feel it. Or maybe I should die in a cool way. How should I die? It's got to be something cool. I definitely don't want to drown. That sounds awful. And I don't want to burn to death either. That sounds even worse. I'd rather drown than burn. Burning just sounds unbelievably painful. It's gotta be cool, but it's gotta be instant, so I don't feel any pain. Shit, you know, I don't even think there are any cool ways, man. I don't know. Some of you should tell me. What are some cool ways to die that would be instant? So, like, there's, like, very little pain felt. I can't think of any right now. Planet Vecta. Here we are. Lush agrarian planet situated near Alpha Centauri B. Originally settled by the Helgen Corporation, Vecta was seized by Earth after the first extrasolar war. I still love these menus. Using the 6-axis kind of tilted around, so 3D holographic. I've never played a 3D PlayStation 3 game, and I really want to, actually. Because that was, like, you know, Sony's kind of big push a few years ago with PS3. A lot of 3D games. Killzone 3 was 3D. I've never played a 3D PlayStation 3 game. A lot of people say it's like, oh, it's whatever, it's not that cool. I think it looks, I bet it's cool. I mean, yeah, I haven't done it myself, but, like, I don't know, I'm picturing it in my head, and it just sounds cool to me. Like, I want to try it. And I just bought this TV too. I bought it it's almost a year old now. I bought it because PS4 was coming out, so I was like, oh, I'll get a new TV. But I didn't want to spend too much money, so I just bought like this TV, which is still a nice TV, but it's not 3D. But now 3D TVs are pretty damn affordable. But at this point, I think my next TV, if I ever buy a new TV, well, I mean, of course I'll buy another new TV. But at this point, I think if the next TV I buy in the next, like 4 or 5 years or something, because I don't need one right away. I just bought this one. So the next one I buy is more than likely going to be like a 4K TV or something, because by then 4K will be like standard and affordable. So I just do that, and I would assume almost 4K TVs will also just have 3D right in it, because I mean, it would again be sort of a standard feature. 3D is becoming standard now, so yeah, I'd probably just do that. Anyway, guys, that's the end of this part, because we're like pretty much there. We're like at 28 minutes or something. So I guess I will talk to you all later. I'll see you all in the next part, and that's pretty much it. Take care.